Oh dear, did I hit you too hard? You should be able to take that much of a hit. It was half of what my mother used to give me. I'd expect you would be able to handle it.
What you did was mean and unacceptable. How could you just hit me with a broom like that?
Humph, that's something you should get used to. It's quite normal to get a beating once in a while.
What age do you live in? And why would anyone deserve a beating for just talking about their wedding?
Like I would accept that easily. If you're going to marry my son, you should be tough enough to take a hit.
What kind of twisted logic is that?
Are you sure you want to insult me like that? Don't you want to marry Luke? If you want my blessing, you should be more careful of your words. Besides, you should have been able to anticipate something like this would happen and be prepared for it as well.
I'm sure no one would anticipate being suddenly attacked the first time they meet their fiancé's mother.
Well, you never know what will happen these days. It does get violent sometimes on the streets, you know. Have you seen how the crime rates have risen?
This has nothing to do with what you did, and it doesn't justify your reasons either. And on top of that, I did mention that I was recovering from a broken arm, didn't I?
Why would you hit me on the arm? Ah, yes, you did say that, didn't you? A clumsy fall on the stairs, wasn't it?
It was almost back to normal, and now my arm hurts like hell. You may have broken it again.
Stop whining. You wouldn't make a good wife if you can't take small pain like that.
Enduring pain has nothing to do with marriage.
Oh, but it does. Anyway, now you know your place in the family.
Excuse me?
The first impression is always very important, and now you know who's in charge here.
Sorry, but that doesn't make any sense. I think everyone should show each other respect. Otherwise, there's no harmony or peace within the family.
Yes, of course. You should always show respect to me. But don't expect me showing respect to you.
Well, I'm really just not sure about this anymore.
Not sure about what exactly?
In this marriage, obviously.
Ha! If you're going to give up now, then you shouldn't have even gotten engaged in the first place. You're just wasting everyone's time.
Don't get me wrong. I love Luke, but with you being like this, I'm doubting we will get along together at all.
Ah, they were worried about me making your life miserable? Too bad for you, though. You won't be able to get rid of me if you marry my son. I will be with you two all the time.
What do you mean?
We will be living together, of course.
You can't be serious.
Of course. What did you expect? Part of marrying Luke means taking care of his family. And that's me. So naturally you two will be moving in here.
Luke never mentioned this to me. Does he even know about this?
Of course he knows. I've even prepared a room for you too. It's the smallest room in the house, but it should be enough since you only need it for sleeping. The rest of your time here will be used for cleaning, cooking, and tending to the house as well as my needs. So the only time you will have for yourself will be when you're sleeping.
That's absolutely out of the question. I have no intentions of being a dedicated housewife. I love my job and plan to keep working. Besides, with Luke and my income, although small, we can probably get a decent enough place of our own.
Oh my, it looks like someone needs to be taught another lesson. Do you not understand what it means to be married at all? A good wife should be a woman who stays at home nurturing the needs of her husband and her family. The man should be the one making the money, and the woman should be the one supporting him from home.
What era do you think we are in? Have you not noticed how women are working and contributing to society nowadays? Do you not see the news? There are tons of married women who are successfully running their own businesses as well.
Be quiet and listen to your elders. You must obey what I say and do as you are told.
Sorry, but I can't waste any more time and strength in this conversation. I am heading to hospital now to get my arm checked.
Oh, are you running away from me? Do you think that's wise?
Yes. It seems like talking with you will just lead nowhere.
Don't you go anywhere. You need to understand what you're supposed to be doing. Are you listening?
The next day.
Luke, why didn't you come after me when I left?
You're the one who left suddenly without much of an explanation.
I told you that your mom hit me with a broom. How could you not get upset or even worry about me and come after me? I had to go to the hospital again because it hurt so much. The doctor confirmed that she re-broke my arm.
I have no idea why you would say that, but there's no way my mother would hit you. Hell, she never gave me a beating in my life. Why would she do that to you?
Why don't you believe me?
Well, my mother had a different story which made a lot more sense. She said you tripped on the stairs.
That's not true. She told me she had something to show me in her room and then she said, suddenly started hitting me with a broom.
That's just not possible. You're crazy. To be honest, I'm really disappointed in you. Even if it's embarrassing to fall down the stairs and break your arm again, you should just admit it. I can't believe you would claim my mother attacked you for no reason. Sure, she may look strict, but she would never hurt a fly. We're going to live with each other, so you should try to get along with her.
I'm the one disappointed here. You don't believe me, and on top of that, you made a decision about our lives without even asking my opinion. You never mentioned anything about living with your mother.
But she doesn't have anyone else to live with. She'll be lonely without me.
I think she'll be okay. I hardly know anyone who lives with their parents at our age. Especially newlyweds. And don't tell me about being able to save up on money because I think we are both financially capable of renting a place and still sustain our current lifestyle.
So what? Are you suggesting we leave my mother all alone? How heartless do you have to be to leave an old lady all by herself?
I think she'll be fine. Considering she managed to break my arm.
Well, I never thought you were this cold-hearted. How disappointing.
That's my line, jerk.
If we're going to get married, don't you think you should learn how to listen to me?
Now you're going to tell me you're the kind of guy who thinks a man should be in charge?
Of course. That's the natural way of things. You should be listening to me, woman.
Don't address me like that. I have a name, jerk.
Don't you dare call me a jerk again. I'm taking the cash you have in your sock drawer as a punishment.
Are you serious? You can't take that.
I can and I will. We're done. The wedding is off. I'm going to use this money to buy my mom something nice to apologize to her for your unhinged accusations.
What? I am fine and would gladly separate with you, but taking my money is unacceptable. You can't do that.
Wow. You've got like $1,000 here.
You're actually taking it? Get out of my sock drawer.
Calm down. I should be able to get her a nice dinner with this. Consider your apology accepted.
Your mother is the one who owes me an apology. She broke my damn arm. Put that money back now.
Nope, not happening. Besides, can you even prove that my mother hit you?
I have messages she sent me proving it.
Like I'm going to believe some doctored messages.
Oh, so you're just not going to accept the actual proof? What was even the point in asking?
I meant real proof. Anyway, since you don't have any, you can't claim that she owes you an apology, and you definitely can't claim she needs to pay for your hospital bills. Oh, actually, now that makes sense. You made up this lie about my mother hitting you so you could get some money to pay for your hospital bill. What a low life. Seriously, you shouldn't try and frame someone for your own faults. Especially an old lady.
What? Are you crazy or something? Stop saying stupid things and put that money back. What you're doing is called theft.
No, it's not. Me and my mom both deserve this money.
You filthy thief. I can't believe I never noticed this side of you. I'm going to call the cops.
No, no, no. You got it all wrong. I didn't take it. You gave it to us as an apology for hurting my mother's feelings and tricking me into getting engaged with you.
What? How delusional can you get? I can't believe I was in love with you.
That's my line. I never thought you would turn out to be the kind of heartless woman who would try to frame a harmless old lady.
That's it. This conversation is just a waste of time. I'm done.
Several days later.
Just wanted to let you know, but I reported both of you to the police.
What on earth are you talking about?
You intentionally hit me with a broom and broke my arm in the process. I reported you for assault and battery.
Look, dear, if you want an apology, just say so. There's no need to get the police involved in such trivial matters. If I say sorry for hitting your injured arm, that should be enough, right?
Sorry, but an empty apology is worth nothing.
Oh, come on. Think about how awkward it will be once you move in. All the neighbors will be talking about the incidents, and unnecessary rumors will go around. And obviously people are going to believe my story since they know me better than you. Can you live with that?
It's okay, since I don't need to worry about any of that. We are never going to be family, and I will never live with you, so there's really nothing to worry about.
What? You called off the wedding?
Oh, haven't you heard? Luke and I have separated.
What? He didn't tell me anything.
He didn't believe me when I told him about you hitting me.
Obviously, he's going to believe his mother over some random girl he met at a party.
And he stole money out of my house.
Oh, don't whine over some loose cash. It's not like he scammed you.
Loose cash? There was about $1,000 in there. Your son is nothing but a common thief. I would love to know your parenting method so I can avoid it in the future.
If he really took any money, I'm sure he had a good reason. He deserves it anyway, considering he wasted years of his life with you.
Wow, seriously, like mother like son. Even the way you justify robbery is similar.
Stop talking like that. My son is not a thief.
But he is. He took my money. I reported him to the police as well. If you really think his actions are justifiable, you shouldn't be afraid.
Stop. Call the police up right this instant and take it all back.
Ah. So you are afraid then? It looks like you do have some understanding about the world. I'm so lucky you both showed your true colors before we ended up getting married.
Where are the lucky ones?
How do you figure? Or is going to jail what you call lucky these days?
No one is going to jail except maybe you for wasting the police's time and taxpayer money. You have no proof that I hate you. Nor do you have proof that Luke stole your money.
Really? You think I don't have any kind of evidence?
If you had any proof, the police would be here by now. You are just a jilted fiancé trying to get revenge on the family that rejected her. No police officer will investigate or work on case that's built around personal emotions.
But you've admitted to hitting me several times in our texts.
So what? I just deleted all of them so you can't use them as evidence.
Oh no, you deleted them?
That's right. Stupid girl.
Oh no. Well, good thing I already took screenshots of all of them.
Wait, you can do that?
Not only that, remember how I called you from the hospital and asked you to pay for my medical bills?
Yeah.
Well, I recorded that call as well. You were quite vocal about what you did. You were proud of it. Needless to say, the police were quite convinced when I played that recording for them on top of all of your messages.
You filthy wretched little girl.
You can say whatever you want. But you're finished.
Humph. Fine, do whatever you want. All I'll have to do is pay your stupid medical bills or something.
I'm afraid not, Layla. If I were you, I'd start packing a bag for your trip to jail.
Jail? What on earth are you talking about? Who ever heard of someone going to jail for hitting their daughter-in-law? It's not like I was trying to kill you.
First of all, I'm not your daughter-in-law. I'm not your family. What you did was assault. Second, I noticed something very strange when we went into your bedroom.
What do you mean?
I noticed a lot of cardboard boxes with a lot of expensive brand bags.
So what? I can enjoy having a few nice bags, can't I?
Yes, of course, but it was really fishy. Especially knowing that you don't work and that your son is a thief.
You watch your mouth. Luke is not a thief. And why do you even know about that? It sounds like you were snooping around in my bedroom. Perhaps you're the thief here.
You invited me into the room. I couldn't help but notice them considering your room was lined with the boxes.
That doesn't prove anything. I could have bought all of those with my savings, for all you know.
If that's the case, why don't you store them somewhere better? Like your closet? Or use them?
They're in the boxes to protect them. I don't want them to be damaged by sunlight or dust.
Uh-huh. What about the watches? I get why you would be interested in handbags, but why on earth are you interested in men's watches?
What?
There were multiple watches in your room as well. I even noticed one was the exact same kind of Rolex as Luke has.
Wait a minute. How do you know about my watch collection? They're in my drawer. Not in those boxes you claim you saw. You broke into my house. I knew it.
Really? You think that's the only way I could know about the watches?
Then how do you know about all this stuff?
Luke came over last night, right?
Yes, he came over. So what?
You know Luke was devastated when he lost his Rolex. He took such good care of it until one day it went missing. He asked the police to check whether someone broke into the apartment, but they couldn't find any trace of someone coming in by force.
Get to the point.
It hit me after seeing your bedroom that just maybe his watch was in there somewhere.
What a surprise. He had another baseless accusation from you with no proof.
Sure, it started as just a hunch. But I wanted to make sure. So although Luke and I aren't on good terms, I told him about the things I saw in your room and told him he may find his watch there.
What?
Of course he didn't believe me at first, since he never really saw you walking around with fancy bags and whatnot. But he checked out your room yesterday just to be sure. He recorded everything on his phone as well. He was very surprised to find his watch in the drawer.
You're mistaken. It's not his watch.
Really? Are you sure you still want to lie? There are ways to check, you know. Serial numbers.
Wait. I can explain.
Yes, please do explain. Why was Luke's watch in your drawer? Why on earth would you rob your own child?
I saw it on the news. They were saying due to shortages of certain material, the value of wristwatches was increasing.
So you were planning on selling the watch to make money? Is that why you stole it?
It's important to make money, isn't it? Having money will get you anything. What else do you expect an old woman to do? The best way I can make money is selling second-hand luxury items.
It would make sense only if the items you were selling were yours to begin with. I knew thievery ran in your family. Luke probably got the genes from you. What more bullet I dodged by breaking off the engagement?
No, I don't believe you. He laughed and talked with me like he always does, and ate my pie then left.
Well, that was probably because it was his last meal with you. I guess he tried to enjoy it as best as he could.
What? Last meal. Did he say that to you?
Yes, he did. He also apologized to me for not believing me and gave back all the money he stole from me.
So does that mean you will get back together again?
Absolutely not. That ship had sailed the moment he didn't try to believe me.
Oh dear. I wonder what Luke is doing.
Probably talking to the police right now.
What? He would never betray his mother. He would never turn me in.
Maybe he would, maybe he wouldn't. But as I told you before, I already filed police reports on both of you, so you'll both be talking to the police soon, one way or the other. If he had any sense, he'll flip on you to try to save his own butt. There's no way he would try to cover for you anymore after you stole from him.
No. I know my son. He will always support me. You will see. I'm going to call him right now.
Good luck with that. Reaching out for him won't be that easy considering that he blocked you.
No. That can't be right. You did this, didn't you? You forced him to block me.
Sorry, but it wasn't me. He made that decision himself. I think that's the least of your worries. You should be worrying more about those bags, purses, and other accessories you have in your room. They were items that you stole, right?
No. They're not. They're things I found or bought or were given to me.
Yes, yes. I'd practice that explanation for when the police arrive. You better hope no one has reported any of those things missing. There are so many. I'm sure someone is bound to have reported at least one of them.
No, 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 no. This can't be happening. This is really bad. Please. Take back the report. Tell them it was a prank.
Nah, I don't think I will. Still love Luke, right? Absolutely not.
I'm sure there's a part in you that still loves him. I saw how head over heels you were for him when you came to my house. That can't have disappeared with just this little mishap.
What you did was no mishap. And no, I don't love Luke at all. I lost all feelings for him when he didn't believe me and stole my money. And even if we were still together, I would never try to support a thief like you.
You evil cold witch. You're a heartless little demon.
Call me whatever you want. The police are still on their way.
I don't want to go to jail because of this. Not at my age.
You should have thought about that before you attacked me. But look on the bright side. You're not all that old. Maybe you'll get out of jail before you die.
Please, please don't do this to me. Please, I beg you.
Bye now. Ultimately, Layla found herself in custody for assault and robbery. Her victims included both relatives and friends. She pilfered approximately $70,000 worth of belongings, intending to sell them to finance her needs. In addition to the harm she inflicted on her loved ones, she also had to shoulder my medical expenses. She ended up selling her house to settle her mounting debts. I'm certain Layla will be despondent when she is released from jail without a place to call home. As for Luke, he only received a stern warning from the police since we cohabited when he took the money, and he promptly returned it. He sought my forgiveness and wished to mend our relationship, but upon glimpsing his true nature, I couldn't reconcile with him. Presently, I am single but relishing my life. I have reclaimed my money, and now I believe it's an opportune moment to pamper myself after all I've been through.